Today is the big summit between the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kosovo and the President of Serbia in Berlin with the Chancellor. And let me conclude what Germany can offer and what Germany should offer to make peace in the Balkans, because we need peace in the Balkans. We need it now, and it's Germany's very vital country to make this happening. The first thing is obviously to offer the Republic of Kosovo membership in the Council of Europe, to make clear that there must be dynamic now. There is now a clear direction for that, so the Council of Europe is the first step. The second one is to tell Serbia, here is the euro as currency, the same like Montenegro has it, like also Kosovo has it. So the same offer for Serbia for the recognition of Kosovo. This is the offer the German Chancellor must make, and Prime Minister Kurti must tell it to the German Chancellor. This is what you need to do. And of course the Americans must heavily intervene in Germany to make it happen. It was the same for Montenegro and for Kosovo, and this is the peace offer that's feasible. That's absolutely doable, because Kosovo and Montenegro have it as well, and it can be also given to the euro, the currency, to Serbia, and that's the best incentive, and that's the best also attractive offer to the Serbian middle class, to the voters of Vučić. Of course the extremists will go berserk, but they anyhow will go berserk. In no way they will accept easily the recognition. But Vučić has the majority, he wants to join the European Union, so that's the way to achieve it. First the recognition for the exchange of the currency into the euro, and then obviously it's triple WTO accession together, Bosnia, Serbia and Kosovo, and also a triple accession to NATO, because Serbia must also join NATO, because it is arming militarily, and that's unacceptable, and it will be a complicated NATO member, I understand that, similar like Hungary. But it should be NATO member, and that if they don't want, then Bosnia and Kosovo should be of course in NATO, and that's always the alternative. But Germany must also make a positive offer, that is that all three countries can be firmly in the European Union as full members politically in 2029, in 7 years from now. Not at the next European elections, that's only possible for Albania, North Macedonia and Montenegro, because they are much more advanced already and they are much more pro-European, pro-American, pro-Western democracies. Serbia has to overcome its internal ghosts and its difficulties. That's why joining NATO, but then the three countries together can join the European Union. And the German Chancellor must make it very clear, if Serbia is not ready for recognition, for getting the euro, for making peace, if Serbia is not, then it must be suspended. It's very simple, very logically. Serbia must get the positive way towards the West, or the negative one, being isolated. And of course isolation means that all other countries get the euro, join NATO, in the Council of Europe, in the WTO. Just one country will be completely isolated on the Balkans. Yeah? All 5 other Western Balkan countries will be in NATO, EU, the euro, and only Serbia will have the dinner, will somehow be a Tito leftover state, alone at home in the Balkans, and maybe with some friends in Russia, but Russia is a declining power. And of course, let's not forget, Serbia has to join our foreign policy if it ever wants to be a European Union member. That's absolutely the case, because we are a political union. So that is what Serbia needs to be done, and that's what Germany needs to offer now. Otherwise it makes no sense. And the dialogue must be renamed into a peace dialogue, and there must be a peace treaty, and all the technical issues can be solved after then we have the recognition, because the recognition must be the thing. And the only thing we can offer, Germany can offer, and Germany has offered and has done that for Kosovo and Montenegro, is the currency. That can be done so fast. It can be done within 3 months. Yeah? So that means within the recognition process at the timeline. And obviously it needs also a big financial package. But that's anyhow now happening, because Mrs. van der Leyen has made today a big speech for the reconstruction of Ukraine and the funding of a recovery of Ukraine by the European Union and the international financial institutions. And I made already the project of a second COVID recovery fund, which is covering all these costs in one big package, and also the costs for a peace offer for the Balkans. And then we have the funding, we put it over the long term, over our debt instrument, and that's the 1.5 trillion new debt instrument, double the size of the COVID package of 2022, and then we are on the good track. And we fund the necessary investments which it needs, also to make additionally to the euro also a financial offer to Serbia, Bosnia and Kosovo, and we do that. And if not, then we just isolate Serbia, because it's the pro-Russian country. And this is exactly the speech Mr. Kurti should give to Mr. Scholz. And if Mr. Scholz is not ready, then also to publish it. And I'm not understanding Mr. Kurti. He's going to this meeting now before he has coordinated with the Prime Minister of Albania and Macedonia to adopt the euro, which I'm calling now already quite a long time. Because adopting the euro in Albania, Macedonia, where it's very easily doable and there's clear majorities and would be very convincing, then makes the case for Bosnia to do the same, and then the case for Serbia to adopt the euro for the recognition is much more logical. Because Croatia has now the euro, Bulgaria is coming in, Romania, in the light of the war in Ukraine, will hopefully also understand that this is very necessary, and so Serbia will be, together with pro-Russian Hungary, the only country in the region which has not the euro. And so the case, the logical case for accepting a peace offer where the euro is the price and the reward for recognition is getting much more logical and much more clearer. And so Mr. Kurti going there, accepting the invitation without having a clear, agreed peace deal was, I think, a mistake. And now we will see, probably Germany will not do such a deal, and then the same thing has to be repeated in America, but with the Americans clearing the way with the Europeans to allow the euro for peace deal. That's the way to make peace, absolutely. And believe me, trust me, there is no other way. We cannot offer immediate EU membership. We cannot offer immediate NATO membership. We have nothing else to offer but money and the euro as a currency. And that's quite attractive and a very strong package, actually. It's a very courageous thing to do, and I call for Germany to do exactly that. And I call for Mr. Kurti, Prime Minister, do exactly that kind of offer, push Mr. Scholz for that one, and also make clear that we have a very clear way towards triple membership in WTO, in NATO, in the Euro, and in the European Union in this decade. And that's the EU of 37. And please always see it's Ukraine which is offering this opportunity, because it's Mr. Zelensky opening Eastern Europe, or opening the European Union for Eastern Europe, and the Balkans can piggyback on that one if we settle all the issues which are necessary to solve. And the Kosovo-Serbia dialogue or peace treaty or mutual recognition is one of the most essential points in the Balkans next to the Bosnian crisis, but also Bosnia can be in that settlement agreed. Again, with the Euro, NATO membership and the EU membership. And that's the way forward for EU 37. So far for now, good luck for the discussions today on the 4th of May in the afternoon, and more to come from Pax Europiana. Please subscribe my channel, follow me on Twitter, and more to come. Bye.